The idea to start Seneca boards and to build a custom ski company, which is really the original idea, started, gosh, probably about 15 years ago. I mean, it really originated from the age I was 3.5, which is when I started skiing every weekend with my parents. My dad was a ski instructor, and we would drive from Massachusetts to Vermont every weekend, 3 hours, to go skiing. And so it was not only ingrained in me, but by the time I was 5, I was ski racing competitively. By the time I was 13, I was attending a ski academy in Vermont and racing, skiing 180 days a year and racing competitively. And so I started building skis kind of in secret, and then my friends thought they were cool and started asking me to do it for them. And so this was all modifying skis that existed already, putting our own graphics on. We would carve our names into the base and P-tex it with a different color, so they had our names engraved in them. None of this really worked out, but it did get me hooked on the idea of making custom skis. And I guess it was, I don't want to say naive, but I was determined and passionate about doing it, that I wouldn't give up. So what started as a hobby, I saw the potential for custom skis, and it evolved into, you know, a 1,200 square foot shop with a 200,000 pound press, and you know, essentially a second degree in engineering, and not exactly a failed degree in business, but a lot of time added to my business degree, because I was always out here working and developing this and trying to sell skis on top of going to school, competing, all that sort of stuff.
All right, we're here in front of Eric's press. He's bootstrapped quite a bit to start his business, and let's have Eric tell us a little bit about how he created it.
Okay, so what we're looking at here, Pete, is this is a 200,000 pound press. It's a pneumatic hydraulic press. It has 4 hydraulic rams and 2 bladders up top here that control the pressure precisely. Right now it's set at 50,000 pounds or 25 tons of pressure. And as you can see up on the controller here, it's actually fluctuating between 206 and 205 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that's curing 2 longboards that are in here. What we have here is a press that's considerably larger, built out of 3/4 inch steel and a lot of other materials. It costs about $10,000 to make, and typically you'd pay a specialist $100,000 to make it. So by researching fluid dynamics and Euler-Bernoulli beam bending theory and a million other engineering methods, I was able to design something that was not only affordable, but something that's far more customizable and better than anything I have complete control over.
What did you study in college? Was it engineering?
No, I was a business management major. And I think I probably spent more hours studying engineering, researching engineering methods, talking to engineering professors. This particular thing, the coolest part of this story was that I spent weeks and weeks trying to work the equations out to make sure that it was going to be a safe press to use, you know, going up to 200,000 pounds of pressure and 600 degrees. You know, I don't know anything about electricity or engineering up until this point. So the research that went into it to make sure that it would not only do its job but be safe to be around was incredible. And I actually went and asked professors to help, and they scratched their heads and they said, you know, we don't, you know, this is not our field of expertise. You're better off going with a graduate student or asking around until you find someone that specifically knows what you're dealing with. So I really understood the magnitude of the task at that point when engineering professors were telling me to go elsewhere. The biggest advice I could give is perseverance, patience. You really have to set your goals, write them down so you can look back on them, and understand that by the time you're near to achieving even the smallest part of that goal, things will have evolved and moved on so much that it is tempting to just quit and give up and say, this isn't what I signed up for. And that's what it's all about, I think. I think it's about just pushing through the hard times and sticking with it. And if you stick with it long enough, it's going to work out for you. I think the greatest learning experience for me, and the most rewarding, has been in terms of bootstrapping, where you're literally 2 steps forward, 1 step back every day, every hour, all year long. It's challenging. It's really hard to keep your motivation going. It's really hard to see the bigger picture. But the greatest thing that I've learned from it is that it teaches you so intimately about your product, your company, and the customers, more importantly, or your help, your apprentice or your hired help. It teaches you to really understand how to run an efficient business that runs leaner and just on the whole less wasteful, basically. Whether that means environmentally friendly or whether that means products that have higher margins because they're more meticulously managed. It's taught me every aspect of the business, wearing every hat from accounting to actually laying up the skis, which is what I love to do, to actually skiing on them or being a customer, more or less. It really teaches you how a business should run and what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes, whether it's someone that's employed by you or your customers. Where the tip begins.
Yep.
So this all gets ground off on the belt. Basically just flexed up. Everything has a unique way of being built and a bit of personality in it. And I really like showing people that. I love to show people how we build skis and how we ski and how we like to ski out here. So if you check out our website, you can see all kinds of videos on how-to tutorials and our blog, to videos of us skiing on our products, to actually parts of the manufacturing process. And you can stop by our shop anytime. We keep beverages, food, beer, coffee, all kinds of goods for people to encourage them to come check out what we're doing. That's the most entertaining part to me about being an entrepreneur, is being able to teach that to other people and share it with people. So senecaboards.com if you're interested, and senecaboards.blogspot.com if you want to check out our blog or find us on Facebook. Real good press right there. It's real clean, no bubbles or dents.